We are not
Javed Ansari, you've
outsourcing
tracked the
or-
Congress
yeah.
party for many decades, and you know better than anyone else that the party sometimes gets carried away with limited success and think, okay, we are back. This is the big return of the Congress party, and that's the fear that our pundits raise, that if they get carried away and can't establish a good seat sharing formula, that could be a problem. But they've also tasted success. It can be argued on the corollary that they could actually consolidate between now and 2027. This time they didn't think they have much of a chance. Now they've smelled blood and possibly can try and go in for the kill. Do you see this coalition last? Dalits, Yadavs, Muslims together, or do you think because of the Samvidhan Khatre mein it was a one-off issue?
Well, if they have any political sense, then this coalition will last. Unless they want to commit political harakiri, then they can allow their ambitions to overtake ground realities. The fact is that the Congress has brought a lot to the table, but still it's the Samajwadi Party which is the number one party there, and the only reason they've tasted success, whatever little success they have, is because the two parties have come together and because of the social coalition they have built. They need to add to this rather than subtract to this. If they start this one-upmanship game, then whatever little gains they've made will be frittered away. So it's a real challenge for the political management skills of Akhilesh Yadav, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. It's one thing to expand your base, but collectively they can do better. Even at this stage, there's no political party which can alone take on the BJP. It has to be a combination. And if they want to give themselves a chance, then they need to hang in there together.
Okay, and I want to flip the question, and it's quite clear from all the signs that we've seen from within the Congress and by speaking to senior Congress leaders that Rahul Gandhi intends to retain Rai Bareli and give up Wayanad. And that will become formal in some time to come. Javed, do you think he's doing the right thing? Because in Rai Bareli and Amethi, which the Congress party won, they won also because of the dependence on the Samajwadi Party. So the Congress and the Samajwadi Party are tied at the hip. If you take the SP away for whatever reason, and we've seen alliances go erupt, then suddenly Rahul Gandhi in the next election is in Rai Bareli but without the SP. That can be very problematic. Is he doing the right thing, or do you think he could potentially be making a mistake by being so dependent on Akhilesh Yadav, who's beyond his control?
So there's one more good reason for Rahul Gandhi and for the Congress party to go along to ensure that this alliance thrives. I think leaving Rai Bareli now in the current context would be very bad optics for the Congress. The Congress has come out from the ICU in Uttar Pradesh. Now they need to consolidate, and for that to happen, Rahul Gandhi has to be Rahul's preference. Earlier, I spoke to him 4 weeks ago. Then the situation was different and nobody had an idea, and he didn't want to leave Wayanad. But now the ground realities have changed. They've surprised themselves with their performance in Uttar Pradesh, and therefore, and Sanjay Ji's survey shows that Rahul's popularity has increased. In fact, as compared to Prime Minister Modi, many more people now want him to be the prime ministerial candidate.
But I asked Yashwant Deshmukh that same question. It's interesting that you point this out because both Yashwant and Sanjay Ji are with us on the show. Yashwant Deshmukh, does your data show the same? Because Sanjay Kumar's data from Uttar Pradesh seems to suggest that Rahul Gandhi is ahead of Prime Minister Modi now in terms of popularity in Uttar Pradesh. If that's the case, in other polls as well, that would be a very big development. What's your data showing?
It depends on what is the wording. There are two questions in our tracker that we ask. One is an open-ended question, whom would you like to see as the Prime Minister as on today? And one is a direct question like a two-horse race between Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi, whom would you like to pick up as the Prime Ministerial candidate? But at least on both the questions in our data, in the second question, Narendra Modi still leads 2:1. And the first question, actually in Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav's name comes way above Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So it depends on what exactly the wordings of the question and how it is mapped. So that's why I'm just telling you the data, what we are getting.
Okay, let Sanjay Kumar explain his data. Sanjay ji, what was the specific question? Because so much is being made of that CSDS answer. What was your question? What was your response? And did the response surprise you?
For the Prime Ministerial question, we ask a very simple question without offering any names, that who would you like to see as the next Prime Minister of India? And we note down the investigator note down the name which is offered by different people in the survey? That's a very simple question which we have asked. I think since Samajwadi Party and Congress has done so well in UP, so the preference for the Prime Minister also goes along with the party which people like to vote for.
So your
We know
data
that
actually shows
if you
Rahul
look at the
Gandhi
vote
ahead of
share-
Prime Minister Modi in Uttar Pradesh, Sanjay Kumar.
Sorry?
Your data actually shows RG ahead of Prime Minister Modi in Uttar Pradesh in terms of
I have
popularity at the moment?
I am hearing a lot about the data. I have to look at the data carefully because I would not be able to confirm this on this show right away. I'm not in Delhi. I'm in London at the moment for the last couple of days. So I'm just trying to recheck the data because a couple of people have asked me about this question. I'm not sure whether this is, but I won't be surprised if that's the case because the preference for Samajwadi Party and Congress is almost equal compared to the preference for BJP. I'm talking about the vote share of the two parties. And if that is the case, because that's very clear in the vote share estimate of the two alliances.
Ajay, look, Sanjay Kumar is not sure at the moment whether the data is correct, but it's been published in national newspapers. And if it is true, then that is quite alarming from the BJP's perspective because never in any poll, anywhere in North India except Punjab or Kashmir, has Rahul Gandhi's popularity been more than that of Prime Minister Modi? And if that's the case in Uttar Pradesh, as Sanjay Kumar's data seems to suggest, what are you making of this?
Well, Rahul, first of all, always remember this. This was the election for their existence, Samajwadi Party and Congress. They knew that if they fail this time, their existence is in danger. So they managed to hold to their existence. I admit to our fault and we are going through it and we'll rectify
No, what
it.
are your faults? Let's do a public post-mortem. What have you understood of the verdict in Uttar Pradesh and elsewhere? What went wrong?
No, definitely a low turnout voting, a prolonged voting period of 2 months, extreme heat, anti-incumbency towards the candidate, inability to get the people out and vote. All these things, all these factors are in accounts and we are pondering more and more. And we are a party who always introspect, whether in win or whether in defeat. And let me tell you, that now when this existence factor for them is over, let's not forget that in Uttar Pradesh, whether it is Samajwadi Party or it is Bahujan Samaj Party, they have won the land from Congress, not from BJP. BJP land is secured. Now, when this land is again being reclaimed by the Congress, 2 years is quite a long time in politics, and we are going to see elections in 2027, which is 3 years from now. It's a long time in politics, and if the reclaiming of the land continues, like what the Yatra is going to take out in all the 403 assembly segment, let's see what the reaction from my friend Akhilesh will be.
Let Juhi Singh respond. आप लड़ाई कराने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं यूपी के लड़कों में. He's saying as Congress flexes its muscle, as Congress starts to think we are back, Uttar Pradesh is our Karam Bhumi and all that bombastic talk takes charge, then there'll be automatic ladai that Akhilesh and Rahul were riding on the same cycle, that cycle will trip and fall. He's trying to get you to fight. Juhi Singh.
Rahul, I think we are all responsible out here, and coordination and working together is a part of life and political life, and it's a team. So I don't think there's an issue. They have won Rai Bareli and Amethi, and I think the Samajwadi Party, even when they were campaigning, there was with them, and even when they take out their yatra, the Samajwadi Party will stand by them. So I mean, thank you for the lease of life to Mr. Ajay Alok, but as he says that we were fighting for our existence, but we worked hard. And we
No, you have to thank the Indian voter. I think these are numbers which are bigger than what even the Congress was expecting. You have to thank the voter जिसने खड़ा कर दिया India Alliance को. But Javed Ansari, we've seen the Congress in the past get carried away. You know, it happened in 2009 when the Congress won 21 seats, I think, in Uttar Pradesh. And then suddenly Rahul Gandhi and everybody else was convinced that Congress is back in UP. You know, it can also prove to be just a false start. You know, it looks much more than it actually is, that they ignore what was local to this election and try and make it seem bigger than it actually is.
So Rahul, most people with even moderate intelligence learn from their mistakes. And therefore, I have reason to believe that the Congress knows better this time. They've learned from their mistake. They know that the only way, that they're still very, very far from standing on their own feet. They have to ride along with the Samajwadi Party if they want to be in the power reckoning, because they were outside, absolutely on the periphery. Of course, now Mayawati has taken that position. And as far as the upmanship is concerned, Ms. Ajay ji, my friend, was talking of upmanship and of fissures developing between Rahul and Akhilesh. Well, he first needs to look on the fissures. He first needs to mend the fissures that are developing between the Home Minister and the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh.
अरे आप उनकी लड़ाई करा रहे थे तो आपकी लड़ाई करा रहे, saying that Lucknow and Delhi are not on the same page. Ajay Alok.
They're not. And the role that Mr. Bansal played in the ticket distribution.
Okay, let Ajay Alok respond. आप उनकी लड़ाई करा रहे हो, ये तो आपको आईना दिखा के आपकी लड़ाई करा रहे हैं. Let him respond.
No, I'm not making anybody fight, but let me tell you one thing, Rahul.
Go on, Ajay Alok.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, I'm not making them fight, but let me tell you one thing very clearly: कि काट की हांडी बार-बार नहीं चढ़ती. You have won seats this time because of by setting up negative narratives, by setting up narratives like 1 lakh rupees, khatakat. And we have seen how lines and were queued up outside the Congress office by claiming those money, by setting up false narrative like Arakshan khatam ho jayega, Samvidhan khatam ho jayega. This won't work every time. It has worked for this time because people will see Narendra Modi, how he performs in Narendra Modi 3. And people will see them also, that how do they perform as an winning MP. Do you expect Rahul Gandhi to go to Raebareli even 5 times in a year? Let's have a bet on that. So there is a lot of question to be answered.
Javed, do you see a change, Rahul Gandhi? This is old criticism के जाते नहीं है अमेठी, जाते नहीं है रायबरेली.
I've really seen a change, Rahul Gandhi, who does khatakat, and then he runs away fatafat. Right from 4 June onwards, they have been setting up a negative narrative. Oh, Narendra Modi has lost the mandate. It's a fractured mandate. Come on, it's an NDA who has won 293. In spite
Rahul,
of BJP losing.
Okay, let Javed ji respond to it. Javed Saab.
We are still the largest party. We are the largest and the Ghamandia.
Ajay ji, do me the courtesy. At least do me the courtesy. I have been asked the question. Yes,
Actually,
Rahul.
my audio is not working properly. Please go ahead.
Rahul,
No, we hear you well. Javed, very quickly. Will Rahul work harder or will he take off for a long holiday right away?
No, I think he's a changed person. He must work harder because he now there's no other alternative. And he says, Alok ji, my friend, is right. He says, काट की हांडी बार बार नहीं चढ़ती. He's realized कि अयोध्या में जो काट की हांडी 1 बार 2 बार चढ़ा थी, वो तीसरी बार नहीं, इस बार नहीं चली.
Okay, Sanjay Kumar has his hand up. He's been able to check his Excel sheet and he now has the answer for us. Sanjay ji.
Yes, Rahul, you're right. Rahul Gandhi's popularity is 36% as PM's choice in UP and Narendra Modi's popularity is 32%. So you're right.
Sir, आप किससे बात कर रहे थे? अगर ये है तो ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. अजय आलोक will say अरे कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं. अब रिजल्ट आ गया, अब संजय जी अपना एजेंडा चला रहे हैं.
Please be kind to my friend Ajay Alok ji. You know, you give him sleepless
Let
nights.
Sanjay Kumar respond because this is, if more polls go and find this, it's a very big development. What makes you think that this is right? Because nobody in the BJP and many who are watching will say, really? Rahul Gandhi is more popular than Prime Minister Modi in Uttar Pradesh? Is that even possible? Sanjay Kumar?
It is possible because as you see how the vote has shifted in favor of India Alliance. So in the India Alliance, you have Samajwadi Party and Congress as the 2 major players. And if people have preferred that party over BJP in UP, it is not unusual to figure out that more people are preferring Rahul Gandhi as the Prime Minister because Akhilesh Yadav is not seen as a leader for the Prime Minister because he is leader of a regional party. So I'm not surprised, and it's just a 4% lead, but it's a really, really big achievement in terms of Rahul Gandhi's popularity, going up from nowhere to 36% in UP and Prime Minister Modi trailing by 2%.